Good evening, everybody. It's really bad light, so I don't know how good the camera is here, but yeah, at my end, Dog's come to say hello. He always does this every time I go on a live, so he should be tired. He's had plenty of walks today. It's on the wrong camera, and I don't know how good the sound is, but Eden's not here. What's going on? Where are you, Eden? Come into the room. I need to find out where he is. So you're going to have to listen to me waffle as usual. You're used to that, and hopefully it is useful sometimes too. So let me just make sure that this is going out. And do you own graphics and posts? Okay, Tim, not sure what that question means. Do I do my own? Yes, I do, actually, although I do have other people that can do bits for me as well, and they have done in the past. So it's a mix of the two, Tim. But Eden, where are you? I need to send you a message to find out exactly where you are. I don't know if you guys caught the live this morning I did with Ben as well, but that was really good. It was just a jamming session where we talked to each other about goal setting, accountability, mindset, that kind of thing, and setting goals. So yeah, go and check that out in the units. Let me just message Eden to see where he is. And there's so much training in there. Hey, Eden, where are you? Come and dive in. He's asking, is it a Zoom session? He's just messaged to say he's waiting, and so yeah. But check out this morning's session because it was around goal setting, and we are keeping each other accountable. I'm just going to message while I'm waffling at the same time. It's really difficult multitasking, isn't it? Really challenging. But goal setting, you know, smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So I'm just going to send this to if it's at the same time. Hey, Maria. Hey. Good to see everyone. And I've just forwarded the link to Eden, so I'm hoping that he will come into the room, and then I'll bring him onto the feed. Otherwise, it'll be a bit challenging not being able to bring him into the feed. So, yeah, Lisbon, Portugal. We have Tim on. I'm not sure where Tim is in the States. Ben is the UK. Maria is Lisbon, Portugal. So worldwide, global. This is one of the reasons I called my business What's Online Global, because whenever we search in Google, we generally say what, don't we? And we say, what is the capital city of such and such, etc., etc. So, yeah, he's asking a bit late if I'm using Zoom, but I'm in StreamYard, Eden. Jump in. What was I saying? Accountability, goal setting, all of that kind of thing. And my company name, What Online Global. So, yeah, exactly. Palm Springs, hey, great. And What Online Global, when we type in the search engines, what is the capital city of Portugal, for example? And then my business is online, as well as traditional businesses as well it serves, but typically it's online. I don't go around knocking doors and getting people in that direction. So it's an option, isn't it, to teach them about social media marketing, etc. So there are options, but global because it's truly global. So What Online Global, that's the reasoning behind it. Let me see if Eden is likely to be able to come in. I don't know. Do you guys know if you have to have StreamYard to come into the feed? I'm not sure. So drop me a comment to let me know. But if you don't know, Eden's interview last year, he's been in the online space a good 6-7 years, so he knows his way around. He's tried solo ads, he's tried MLM, loads of different things, and then he stumbled on coaching, and he did a challenge where he did 365 videos in 1 year, clearly, and each day there was a little snippet of his video, and it was just incredible to watch and see. But yeah, it was fantastic. Ben, did you actually have to log into StreamYard though? That's the question. Do you need an account with StreamYard? That's the question. I don't know if you do, but Eden's obviously asking about Zoom, which I rarely use Zoom, so it might be that we have to chop this and reschedule if he can't get into StreamYard. But I'm not sure. So we'll find out anyway. But yes, goal setting. I want to know what people's goals are for January, for the first quarter. I know Ben didn't have any for February yet because he's focused on January. And then it'll be more or less the same of what January was, but reaching stretch targets also as well. And similar for me, it was basically I've got a certain amount of people that I want to add as friends on my Facebook feed. That's relatively easy because you can just add left, right and center. The trick is to make sure that they're targeted people, isn't it? And then the next thing is making sure that they are people that are kind of my avatar. And even if I don't ever sell them anything or they never sell anything to me, it's a joint venture opportunity as well. And just a friendship, basically. If we're in the same market, if we're in the same space, these are the connections that I want so that we can point people in each other's directions too. So I'm waffling now. Right, let me see. Ben, you didn't have to log in, created an account on the day before, so it may have been, okay, right, okay. So Eden is in the waiting room. I'm going to bring him in. I don't know if you can see me talking, but he is there. So I will stop waffling. We're going to bring this incredible guy in. And now, welcome, Eden. Hey!
Hey, what's up?
Hey, doing good. You okay?
Yeah, doing fantastic. It got me some time to get into the link.
That's absolutely fine. You know, it's I wasn't sure if you needed a StreamYard account to get in, but or whether you just follow the regular link. But no, it's good. You're in. And cup of tea there, coffee. What are you drinking?
Some good cup of coffee.
Nice, nice. So I've just given the introduction of exactly where you started, and I didn't quite finish that because I went on to different things. But we met in Dean Graziosi's group about 18 months ago almost, I think, and it was over a year because the first interview was in November. So we're slightly behind doing the second lot of interviews, but life's been busy, and things get in the way. But I basically said that you tried MLM, you've done solo ads, all of that kind of stuff. And then you found coaching and you did your 365-day video challenge, which is incredible. And I saw a lot of those videos and it just makes complete sense to get over your fear of doing videos, to do it every day. Find out what you're uncomfortable with and just do it. So, I mean, that's a good starting point, isn't it? But what can you tell us? All right, so 2020, absolutely crazy for pretty much everybody, wasn't it? And were you still able to reach your target audience? Was business okay for you? What was 2020 like for you, Eden?
So first of all, thank you for having me here and thank you for this introduction. And let's see. So 2020 was challenging, but also incredible in a way. And, you know, I heard a lot of people rumbling how much it was suck. It was a really bad year. I just can't wait for 2020 to over and all that crap that's going on. But basically, it's where we put our focus in. And if you shift your focus to only the news, only what's going on, only the ups and downs, the COVID, where it is, of course, you will have a bad and shitty year, but I was focusing not on that. I was at the first, and I haven't watched news since I was 16.
Oh, wow.
So at the first of the pandemic, I start to watch the news. And then I was starting to have really stress all over my body. I start to feel crap. I start to feel a bit depressed in a way. And then I said, okay, screw that. Fuck that shit. I'm putting it aside. I'm focusing on my things and how can I help more others and how I create an impact. And when you focus on your why, when you focus on the things that you want to elevate, that's where you can actually grow and not have a shitty year.
Totally agree.
I hope it answers your question.
Yeah. So you found with positivity that you just carried on anyway as you were before.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, perfect answer. Love it. So you've been around the online space for around 7 years and an online coach for around 2 years. And what we find sometimes with people is the passion can go, you know, are there days when you just think, oh my God, I need to give this up and try something different? Or maybe you get a crappy client, or is the passion still burning? Is it burning stronger?
So yeah, there is that thing that you got sometimes kind of decline in the passion, if you will, but that's not exactly at the passion. It's where you're doing a lot of things, and if you're doing it at the same routine and you're not remembering why you do it, then you're falling behind and you're falling short. And to say that I don't have bad days, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
We all have those bad days. The thing is how fast you go out of this. So I used to, like, back then, like if you take me like 7 years back, before I even start to get into the mindset and reading and developing in that place, um it took me years, I kid you not, it took me years to get out of the bad spiral that's going on. And from being frustrated, be feeling like shit, depressed, and when I shift that, it's very easy to stay at that place. But when I shift that, got really tap into my why, tap into my inner thing, I start to actually grow faster. And yeah, I do have those days when I have decline, but it takes me maybe top an hour to get out and get back into my passion and not staying stuck for days and months and years. So it's only how deep you go to your why and how fast you're getting out of that bad shit that's going on, because bad shit will always happen. Things always will happen. Yeah, some days we will feel frustrated. Some days we will feel like we don't want to do anything. Just lay down, watch Netflix. We have all those days. It's okay. But how fast you're going out of that, that's what will determine. And when I'm going out around top, like I said, an hour, it saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of things that going on. Instead, at that time, instead of actually dwell and seeing Netflix and crying why my day is not going well, I'm acting. And those hours translate in impacting. Those hours translate in actually growing and not like just being on the fence and then ask why things doesn't work.
Love it. Love that answer. So speaking of clients then, do you have your perfect avatar, your perfect prospect that you know will be a great fit? And have you ever actually said no to clients because they're not a great fit for you, and you know that they're either going to be a pain in the ass or you just don't think that you'll be able to help them?
So to answer that question, I believe there is no such thing as a perfect client, but ideal client, because we are not perfect. Not me, not you, not the biggest mentors like Tony, Dean, not Prime Minister. Nobody is perfect. So we don't have a perfect. I don't believe there is a perfect client, but I believe there is ideal client, like ideal partner, like everything. So yeah, I do have my ideal client, and those are the people that actually commit to do things, even if they're not still at the where they want to be, but they are commit to do it. They want to make it happen. They're not procrastinating a lot. Yeah, if they procrastinate, that's where I'm come in. That's where I help them. But they are ready to make the shift. They are committed to make the shift. Because if not, I can be there, guide them, be there in front of them, even be there like in front of their faces. But if they won't take the action, that doesn't work. So my ideal client is the person that is committed, want to make that impact, want to make that change, and really are motivated to do so. And of course, if he's demotivated, we get that motivation up. We get into that passion again. But that's the main thing. They got to want and willing to do what it takes in order to get there, because otherwise we don't get results. It doesn't matter what tools I use. If you don't take the action, it doesn't happen. Been there, done that, when I was the person that didn't take the action. So it doesn't matter if you have even Tony Robbins, it won't help if you don't take the action.
Yeah.
And to answer the other question that you said, about a client that I did had something like that. Even I remember not long ago, I had a client that we started. I thought he's my ideal client. We started, we were around the second call, and I noticed this person is not committed. He don't really want to make any impact. He's just there for the money. He just want to earn quick money. And man, if you're not willing to make that impact, if you're not willing to actually make it through, if you're just there for the money, if you're just there for just like the quick buck, it's not a place.
Yeah,
it's not me. So I said to him something like that. Hey, I'm sorry. I don't think it fit. And we finish it nice and finish it good. But yeah, I had those clients that come in from time to time. But you notice them fast, and yeah, refund, of course, because if it doesn't fit, hey,
yeah,
I don't want to. I want to get results. I want my clients to get results, and if they're not there to get results, it's not.
That's great. That shows your integrity as well. The fact that, you know, you're not chasing the money, because you might have helped them a little bit and helped them through, but then they wouldn't get the results. And actually, it's not great for either of you, to be honest. So yeah, it's a really difficult one, that is. But I'm with you on that, and it shows integrity to give that customer up. So 2020 was really tough.
Exactly, the integrity, 100%, because we at Rise Up, that's what we are striving to do, to make the change, and with integrity, honesty, and giving the best service to our clients.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, 2020 was really tough, and you've just said how strong your mindset is and was through 2020 as well. But how did you maintain those relationships with your friends, your family during lockdown, and stay mentally strong? Was it Zoom calls? Was it like, you know, I don't know what it was like in Israel, but in the UK, we've gone through 3 lockdowns where it's like you have a bubble of a few people and you can't see anybody else, or mixed bubbles. So how did you maintain that friends and family relationships during that year?
So during that year, great question. During that year, in the lockdown, we had lots of lockdown. I think we are entering right now the 4th lockdown.
Wow.
Wow. So at the beginning, I have a habit with my friends that every Saturday, that's our weekend. Every Saturday here in Israel, Saturday is the weekend, like Sundays abroad. So every Saturday we're sitting together and reviewing the week, what went well, what went bad, what we are stopped to doing, what we're going to actually elevate right now, and what are the goals for the next week. We always do it together every Saturday.
Nice.
And yeah, it's a great habit that helps us to actually lift ourselves together. So at the start of the COVID, we said, okay, will we give up this? No. We could, of course, give excuses. Oh, we're locked down, blah, 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 blah. We always can give in to excuses. Why not to do? So instead of that, we just did a Zoom call. Call together. Sometimes even because every time that we also celebrating our wins and what happening, we also ordering some pizza or something else that we enjoy together. So instead of that, everyone order something and we're together and drinking a cup of coffee for Zoom, and that's when the bond got even higher, even stronger. And not just with friends and family, but also around the world. I felt that this year I made connection more than ever before because everybody was at home. So it was even easier in a way to actually connect from people all around the world, even quicker, faster.
I love that. It is. And people are looking, you know, in the business sense, they realize that the 9 to 5 is just a risk for them if something like this happens again, or they're not able to work. And so they're looking online and looking for other avenues as well. So yeah, totally get it. Did I see you on crutches as well last year? Because I don't know how you've been staying fit and healthy. Do you run? Do you cycle? But what exercises do you do? Because I'm sure I saw you on crutches in one of your videos or photos.
Yeah. So I don't know if I shared that last year. Basically, I got injured 10 years ago while I was in the army. And I got a CRPS, that's a chronic regional pain syndrome that caused pain to the section that got hurt. In my case, it's my legs. So I'm walking with crutches. It took me a lot of years to actually put a sock, exactly what you hear. Put a sock 2 years, put a shoe, it took me 2 years. Even to get inside of water, it took me 2 years to put my leg inside of water because the pain
Wow.
is so enormous. And even doctors told me, cut your leg off. And I said, just fuck that. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it happen no matter what. Today, I'm walking a bit more. I'm going around 500 steps and keep growing with that. It's the little steps that count, that create a massive effect, if you will. So how do I stay fit is I commit to twice a week at least, twice a week doing some exercise no matter what. And if I see that I have more time in my schedule, I put another one or
Mhm.
even two. That depends on the week.
That's
So doing
fantastic.
it on crutches and doing it with one leg, again, I can say tons of excuses. Oh, I can't do this exercise. I can't go to a walk because I'm with the crutches, blah, blah, blah. Or just say, okay, that's what I do. Yeah, I created a plan for myself with a trainer, and I have a plan to what needs to be done. Because sometimes we need to take that other source. If it's a mentor, if it's a coach, if it's some trainer. So I took a trainer. We built together a plan, and that's what I do. I walk with that plan and actually get inside fitness instead of saying, yeah, I'm walking on one leg right now. I can do a lot of exercise. Boo. I
Yeah.
can be in that place of frustration. I can be in that place, and I used to be at that place of frustration and feeling crap about myself and feeling disappointed for myself for a very long time. But it's what we actually decide and commit and do. And if we want, and who do we want to become? We always have to put it in mind, who do we want to become? So that helped me a lot on actually getting into fitness and keep it up even with one leg.
That's fantastic. Wow, that's an incredible story. No, you didn't tell that last year. I had no idea. So I'm really impressed with that. So 2020 financially then, was it fine for you? Did you hit your targets in 2020? Or, it was difficult for a lot of businesses, wasn't it, in 2020? So and the second part of the question is, do you tailor your coaching packages specifically? So I don't know, you might start at a $50 tester session, $500, $5,000, I'm not sure, but how did it work out for you in 2020 financially?
So basically, I will answer the first question and then the second one. Um, what happened is about wait, I have severe ADHD. So the first question was
Yeah, so financially, did you kind of hit your
financially.
goals?
Okay, so
And
about
yeah.
the goals, right? I have a severe ADHD, and with the benefit of that, I can like lose it like that for in a minute, in a second. But it's also a good strength if you use it well.
Yeah.
So to answer the question, yeah, I hit part of my goals because I love to challenge myself beyond. I love to challenge myself beyond. And that depends, every person is different. Some people, for example, I have clients that love to challenge themselves a bit. So I challenge them a bit more, but when they think they could, because let's say someone wants to reach, at least at the first time they're just starting out, they want to reach the first 1K. So I'm telling them, okay, 1K, that's good. Let's make it a bit more challenging. 120, 100, 200, or 100, 500. And I see where's the resistance, because you got to notice if you have a lot of resistance to the goal.
Yeah.
So when I'm putting my goals, I also put them very higher, also with my resistance level. So I got around the 85%, more or less. And that's good, because that means, okay, so I didn't get to 100. I reflect on where did I lack, what was missing, and then elevate it to the next year. That's how you do it. You put goals, you reflect, see what's going on, and then repeat.
Yeah, love that. You know, Ben and I had an interview this morning. It was just a chat about goal setting and accountability. And in there, Ben said exactly the same thing. He said, let's not just achieve something small, let's stretch ourselves, and then even if we don't hit that stretch, we're still going to probably pass the original expectation. So yeah, I love that. And then the second part,
and it got to be in the limit, and it's got to be in the level of resistance, because if you have too much resistance to the goal, that means you don't really believe in your core beliefs, in the mindset, because it's all start with the mindset. 80% mindset, 20% action. So it's starting here with a mindset and heart. If you feel tons of resistance, that means you don't believe you can achieve it. So stretch a bit more from what you can do.
Yeah, love it. And then the second part of the question was, do you tailor your training packages? You know, start with my value ladder. I start with free, low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket, so I can cater for a lot of different type of clients. And the more that people pay me, the more they get of my personalized attention, and I can design and I can bring a team in to help. But is that the way that you tailor your packages for your coaching?
So basically, I have my one-on-one. So that is tailored like 10, 20, 30 lesson calls when we go through. But it's the same price for everyone. There is not like for 10 calls, if you don't have money, you will get less. Or if you got more money, you will pay more. For example, this in 2020, I had this huge goals that I set for myself, and having my first millionaire client. And it was incredible, but he got the same price as everyone, because it will be only fair. Like I said, honesty, it's what we believe in Rise Up. Yeah. So honesty and integrity. So it doesn't matter if you have tons of money or you're just starting out, it still will be the same, because you got to put a commitment inside. And if we're not willing to pay, we don't pay attention. If we don't pay, we don't pay attention.
Yeah, this is true.
So to answer the question is, like I said, even if the first millionaire that I had as a client still pay the same, but I do have more programs, as for example, a course that I'm doing, a live course that I'm doing, that's in a different price, more affordable, if you will. It's a low investment. So yeah, there's a low investment and high tier investment, of course.
Yeah, love it. Cool. Okay, so this is called the Back to Your Future social experiment, and we looked last year at where you were, where you got to, and then looked forward. Looking now ahead to 2021, which we've already halfway through the first month, can you believe it? What are the goals? What are the aspirations for this year for you?
So for 2021, my goals is to impact thousands of people, to become really leaders, because this word is lack of leaders, and we need more leaders. We need people that are willing to go the extra mile, people that want to develop and grow. So this year is one of my goals, is to impact thousands of people, entrepreneurs that want to become leaders. Also create more courses, relaunch my flagship course a couple of times this year, and that's Crush Your Fears, Become Unstoppable Leader. And also doing some challenges, because I already, the first one started before the start of the year, and I'm going to put some more challenges during this year, also to bring more impact, to have really make a change and difference in this world. So this is part of my goals. Also, of course, collaboration and more.
Nice. Love that. And so obviously we are going to do 3 more years of the Back to Your Future series. And so when we started to talk out, you said you wanted to build a legacy. That's not just the size financially of the company, it's the impact that you can make. And you've just alluded to that. So in the next 3 years, then, by the time we get to the end of the 5 years, what does that look like? Have you envisioned where you want to be in 5 years' time?
Yeah, of course.
3 years from now.
I have my vision for 20, 10, 5, and 1 year. So it's really going in that order. Also, when you kind of rewind, it helps you to actually really have those clarity, because when we set like too much higher goals, like 20 years from now, it can be like too much, like, oh, how do I get there?
Yeah.
So we got to bring it down. So for the next 5 years, I want to impact at least 1 million people around the world, and to become that they will become those fearless leaders, making also an impact, because I want to create that legacy, that snowball effect that keeps on rolling, because you help one person to become a leader, he helps another and another, and that's how we roll. That's how we pay it forward. So this is one of the things that I want to get in 5 years.
That's incredible. Love that. And yeah, even if you help 500,000 instead of 1 million, that's still an incredible goal to achieve. Love
Indeed.
it.
Definitely.
Okay. So the final question, I can't believe this has gone so quickly, but any parting words for anybody now? There's a lot of people, like we said at the start, that are looking online, that are looking to start new businesses as side hustles or to take over their day job. You know, I love my IT consultancy. I go into corporations and do consultancy, and I love that. So the goal for me is maybe not to give that up. It's just to balance and rebalance my life with other things that I want to do. But have you got any hints, tips, tricks that you can tell people, advice if they want to start a new business venture online?
So yeah, first of all, just do it.
Yeah.
Just start. That's first thing first. Also be very, very focused. What do you want to achieve? If you don't know, if we don't plan, we plan to fail. I will repeat that. If we don't plan, we plan to fail. So we got to plan, where do we want to go? So we're starting the business. What do we want from that business? And why do we want to create that business? Is it just for the money or something even deeper? Because when you go deeper, you peel out the onion, if you will, and you get inside the core why that helps you no matter what. When you're feeling that you don't want to do anything, when you feel depressed, when you feel frustration, when you feel even anger, that why, when you come back to that core why, it helps you to actually manifest yourself. And you can start by saying and asking yourself 7 deep layers of why by Dean Graziosi trick. It's amazing exercise. When you really go down, you ask yourself 7 times. Believe me, every time that I do it with clients, and when I'm doing it with my mentor, bursting with tears, because if it doesn't connect to something real, it will elude you. It's like, okay, I want to get to 100K. Okay, so you got to 100K, then what? Because that's just the thing. But why do you want to make it happen? That's very, very important. And I have this one more trick for you guys. I didn't plan to share it, so 1 second, let me write it down. Let me show you this.
I've done the Dean Graziosi 7 layers as well. It's really key, because like you said, once outside of the money, then okay, you get to that 100,000, that'll buy you a new car. It might buy you a new home. Why do you need a new home? What's the matter with the home that you've got? Well, we need more space for my kids. And then the layer is the next level down is, okay, so you need more space for your kids. And then you dive deeper. So how's that going to make the kids feel then? Why do the kids need more space? And you keep going deeper and deeper. It's just incredible. Love that. Great tip.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So what I'm going to share with you guys,
this is going to be fire.
What I'm going to share with you guys, this helped me in so many ways. This little habit helped me to become a leader. It helped me to go through the pains with my leg. It helped me to actually go through, like I said, and like I mentioned, when I got injured, I fall down to huge depression. It's always hard for me to talk about. I fell down into huge depression. I fell down frustrated from my life. I always kept asking, why me? Why it happened to me? Um, I don't know if I could do it. A lot of doctors told me just cut your legs off, and sometimes it even got to me, and I felt like maybe I should. I got in those very, very dark moments. That was hard for me at that place. But when I got to that specific habit, this hero habit, I call it, it helped me to actually rising up, to start rising up. And then I implemented in my business. And it helps me to increase my growth tenfold. And when I put it in my weight loss, same. It's the same process for everything. This hero habit will help you to destroy your villain habit, if you will, because we have those bad habits that keeps us. If it's a mindset one, like beating yourself up, I'm not good enough, I'm a loser, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Or if is it just binging on Netflix or going through Facebook or Instagram, scrolling and feeling a bit like an idiot. I know I did felt like an idiot when I scrolled like an idiot on Instagram. I felt like shit about that, like what I'm doing with my life. So when I got this habit, like I said, at first I got it with my leg, because every year for when I got injured was 10 years ago, remember, I started with have this huge goal, like in a year I'm going to walk. Then it didn't happen. Then I said, okay, next year I'm going to walk, and it didn't happen. I start to feel really, really frustrated from this. And I said to myself, maybe I can't make it. And even just put the goal there, it was painful. It was really, really painful to put this higher goal. So I'm sure, guys, you have this when you put this higher goal and you don't reach it, you feel like shit. I know how it feels. Even in the business, when I just started, like I put this huge, massive goal, didn't reach it, felt like shit. And until I implement that habit again with my leg, with my business, I start to feel amazing. I start to see progress in everything that I do. That's how I start to put a sock. That's how I start to put a shoe. That's how I start to walk again, despite what doctor said. That's how I start to rise with my business, despite what all the surroundings said. Like, hey, I don't know if it can work. There's tons of coaches out there, blah, 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 blah. Because there will always be the naysayers. But when you have strong habits, strong mindset, strong core, that's how you can actually break through. So, are you ready, guys?
Good.
Let's put with that. It's very simple and very easy to implement. And when you do that, focus on one thing. That means if you want to increase your business, focus on that. If you want to lose weight, focus on that. If you want better relationship, focus on that. Focus on one thing at a time. Don't try to put everything at once, because then you get also overwhelmed. So it's called tracking. And I'm sure, guys, you heard about tracking over and over again. I'm sure you heard about tracking. Yeah, okay, I need to track it. So, but why is so powerful? Because when you track it, there's this cycle. I hope you can see it. I'm a really bad drawer. So you start to track. But if you just track, nothing happens a lot, because it's not the complete formula, if you will. So you got to track, then you got to reflect it, because after you track it for, let's say, a week, then you go back and reflect. Okay, so what didn't work? What do I need to stop doing? What can I change? What worked? How can I leverage that for the next week? Because if you don't reflect, you miss on what you're doing, because, okay, you track it, but for what? I will tell you guys a secret. When I started this year, I actually put out all my journals. It was like a hurricane here in my room. And I reflect on what happened this year to actually see where I found out tons of pattern that I need to get rid of. So I'm focusing on one pattern at a time. That way, when you actually track it and then you reflect it, you can take yourself to higher places. But it doesn't end there. So we got the track, reflect, then change, repeat. Yeah. Track, reflect, change, repeat. Track, reflect, change, repeat. When you got this cycle, then you can rise above everything, because you track, then you see, you reflect on it, what didn't work, change it, and then repeat it. If you do it one step at a time, let's say losing weight, okay? So let's say you're eating 3,000 calories, right? That means you're really overweight and eating 3,000. So let's say you say, okay, this week I'm going to track it. I'm going to lower down just 50 calories. Then you reflect, okay, so it worked or it didn't work. Then you see your pattern. You see what worked, what didn't. Then you change it. And let's say every week you're taking down more 50 calories, more 50 calories. In a week, you're getting less, like more than 150 calories. Like, and then in a year, you got like more than kilos, pounds, lost weight in tremendously. And it looks like it's little, but in the end, it's create this compound effect that create a massive effect, that create a massive change for your life. Yeah. So when you track it, you reflect it, you change it, you repeat it. I had this client of mine that she was all over the place. She said, I can go out from my parents' house. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do my business. And she was really in a bad shit. And when we start with that habit, of course, there were a lot of more things, but we start with that. Suddenly she had, because she said, I don't have any money. I don't have any money to actually get out of my house. I don't have any money to start my business. So we went for her expenses. So yeah, at first I saw, okay, so you really don't have more money. Okay, let's do something like that. Let's track. I want you to track this week everything that you're spending. And suddenly we saw like she put like $3 on a cup of coffee there. She put $5 on a sandwich there. She put $10 on a restaurant, whatever, like a small meal. So little bit, we saw all those things. She was blown away from how much money she spent during the week. And then we start to cut it. And at the end of the month, suddenly she got $400 more. Suddenly. Like, wow. From not having nothing. And then she had more money to invest in her business, right? Then she got the momentum, and then she moved out from her parents' house. Then she started to move with her boyfriend, and she got like this huge, massive impact with her business as well. She started to grow, because when you actually track, you reflect, change, and you repeat, you can grow tons with these little changes that create that massive change.
Love it.
I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, it does completely. That's a real golden nugget for those that have stayed on the call. And there are a few still on the call. So if there are any questions, we're at the end of the interview now, but please put them in the comments. Let us know what the questions are, and we can answer them offline. But the final question is, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I'm really excited for the journey over the next 3 years, and to see at the end of the 5 years what you've achieved. But what's the best place to reach you? Because you've got a great Instagram profile also, but where's the best place that people can reach you online?
Thank you. So first of all, thank you. It was amazing. If you have guys any questions about that, of course, tap in the chat below. We will help you guys. So there's the Instagram, like you said. You can reach me out on my profile, my Facebook profile. Also, there is the Rise Up Challenge group. We did a challenge there. Then there's going to be much more challenges there that's going to help you to actually manifest yourself, manifest your goals to where you want to grow and becoming this incredible leader that getting to where she wants to. and we're building this amazing community together right now. And it's incredible to see how people are acting, how people taking the steps, and it's amazing to see it in that group. So guys, you're welcome to join this group. We're be part of it. Let's build this amazing community together. So those are the best ways to actually meet me. Also, I have my YouTube channel. You can also connect there. We'll love to see you guys also there. So those are the main places that I'm in.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and I appreciate that. And then, yeah, I think the next interview will be November, December time, so slightly shorter, but hey, it's almost a year. So thank you so much. Appreciate your time, and thank you everyone for checking in. And we'll catch up really soon. Take care, Eden.
We catch up. Take care. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye.